when we had Zoe about 2 weeks, we started noticing that she was itching a lot. We took her to the vet. They were not concerned, but it kept happening. After we'd had her about a month, she was starting to dig her fur and she had bare patches, and we did not know what to do. And she's refusing to look at the camera here. And we did not know what to do, because what are you going to do? And she seemed miserable. The vet just gave her prednisone and said, yeah, that's just going to be something you have to deal with. But that's not what we wanted to have for her. We want her to live a full life. So I actually went online and found one of these home tests to test for allergies, because we need to change her diet so that she is not miserable with this itching. So I ordered the test today. It should come by 10 tonight, and can't wait to film it and see what happens. So to help out with Zoe and her issues, I went ahead and ordered the 5 strands testing. I went ahead and got the pet food and environmental, just because I know that Zoe's itching started after she got here. So I wanted to make sure it wasn't environmental versus food. Is it, our laundry detergent? And we've changed a couple things, but we're not seeing a difference. So I wanted to know, what is it and what could it be? So I went ahead and get it, and it comes, and you can see I actually started to rip it open. You can tear it open. So once you open it up, you can actually open the whole thing up and pulling everything out. You can actually see it has a checklist of exactly what you need to do. You need to register it, and it actually has check marks. So once you do things, you can check them off. It talks about the importance of registering and what happens if you don't. Your test might not be processed. It tells you what kind of hair strands you need. It tells you how many. And if you have a dog with short hair, they want a few more. It tells you exactly what bag to put it in, how to package it, and everything. And then it tells you how to exactly mail it and everything you need to do. So now let's start looking and see what's in the box. First thing I pulled out is a return label. So it actually does have a return label for us, so they will actually pay the shipping, and we will actually attach that back to the box. So the next thing is your card. On the back of the card, it actually tells you exactly what's in your box, how to track it, and it gives you the steps again, just a basic steps. On the front of the card, they actually have your personal number. You can actually put in all of your login information, your email, the password you used, your return tracking number. So I actually have a tracking number on here, and I can actually put my tracking number on there. I can actually include what date I shipped it, so I can keep track of everything. Well laid out, well thought out. The next thing we have is our shipping bag. And there's some things in the shipping bag, so we'll actually get those out. So the next thing we have is my shipping bag. We have an anti-static bag that also has the sample number on it. That's our personal number. And then they have a little white parchment bag. And what you're going to do is, the instructions say that we are going to take 10 to 15 strands of hair. They actually prefer having the follicle, but if you can't get the follicle, it's not important. And you're going to put the 10 to 15 strands of hair inside the bag. If you have a dog that has short hair, less than 1 inch in length, you're going to want to get 20 to 25 strands. We're going to put the sample in the parchment paper, put the parchment paper bag into the anti-static bag and seal that, and then we're going to put it in the shipping bag. So relatively easy. Now, we are a little worried about getting the hair samples because I don't want to hurt my dog, and pulling her hair is going to hurt. So we're going to try to get a couple with the follicle, and then we'll probably trim a couple, because they say you can actually trim right up near her body and get them that way. So we're going to try it that way. So here we go. We actually found it very easy to get the hair follicles. We just pulled, and she was a trooper. So we got them into the mail very quickly, and then we just set back to wait. And they actually did give us a time frame of how long it was going to be, and I have to say they were right on track with that. So I just got an email saying Zoe's test is done, and so I immediately logged online. And it is pretty long. I'm a little disappointed that I haven't been able to easily find a place to print it, But what I did is I actually went ahead and pulled it into, just copied the whole page and pulled it into a list. So that's what I'm going to be looking at. So it actually starts, you can see what it is. Level 3 are items that are severely intolerant. Level 2 is the yellow section, and that is items that are moderately intolerant. And we have level green, which is there, and which is just slightly intolerant. And then we have insignificant, which means they are normal. So looking at it environmentally, I feel horrible because this morning I actually was trying to help her and I put more aloe vera on. I'm not overly shocked that this is on the list because when I put it on her, she went crazy. So I'm not sure. This is not telling me what she's allergic to. It just says what she has a high intolerance to. And then we actually have what she has a medium intolerance to. And you can see it's there. This is not the end all be all. It is going to be something that just helps us with an elimination. The list just went on and on. It was so totally overwhelming because what she had intolerances to or possible intolerances to was astronomically high. There was stuff everywhere. And I started looking at her foods and the things in the house. And it was crazy because everything, seriously, everything in this house would affect her. Level 1, she gets bananas with me every day and she is slightly intolerant to them. Beef hides, cheddar cheeses, cornmeal. And you can see there's just a lot of stuff in here. And then luckily we do come to the normal and there is quite a bit. She can have alligator, beef jerky, beef heart, beef fat, blueberries. Weirdly enough, she can have carrots, which she does love. Weirdly enough, we actually had heard that a lot of Newfies are allergic to chicken. So we actually eliminated chicken, but that's in the okay list. So now comes elimination time. I'm going to go through ingredient list for all of her foods and see what she can have. And we're going to try to eliminate as much as possible because this poor dog needs some kind of relief. I very quickly realized that pretty much one of the only things that we'd been feeding her that was A-okay and everything was on the okay list was the homemade dog food biscuits that I had made for her for treats. And it was overwhelming, but I knew that to do an elimination diet, I needed to make her food, make her treats. And that's just what I did. We actually opted to go for a full total elimination, and we actually started to see some differences in her itching and chewing and her fur loss. And we're just slowly now starting to add things back in to see if we can get her into a normal life of a dog.